Everyone. Today's topic is all about avoiding discomfort and the fact that usually when you do that, it makes things worse over time. And yet, so many people behave in such a way as if they believe that isn't true, because so many people out there by default avoid discomfort. They avoid their problems, they avoid conflict, and they basically make those problems and conflict even worse without realizing it. Or maybe some people realize it and they just still don't want to embrace that discomfort and solve their issues. So, this is something that if you want to work on one thing that could help you evolve in life, try working on embracing discomfort more, because you don't want to be one of those people who is so afraid of it that you naturally make your problems become amplified over time. I mean, I get quite a lot of messages from my followers where they're asking for my advice on problems, and especially interpersonal problems, should I say. And it's usually a situation where they're just avoiding something they know they need to do. And it's unfortunate how common this is, because if you really want to work on making your life better, just step into discomfort, step into conflict sometimes. I don't mean like going out there looking to create conflict. I just mean if you need to do it to convey your feelings or to solve an issue with a relationship, then do it. Don't be afraid of it. If you lose a friendship or a romantic interest because of speaking your truth, unless you're like a complete a-hole, I'm pretty sure they're actually doing you a favor. So doing this is never really going to make you lose someone good from your life, because good people will understand your truth when you convey it to them. They won't be offended by it. Like, I have had moments in some of my close friendships where there is conflict, but then honesty solves the issue. You put up boundaries, or you just express your boundaries to the other person, and they know not to treat you in those ways going forward, or they just know that something they did bothered you, or there's certain topics you don't want to discuss and things like that. So step into discomfort. Don't avoid it. And especially with like your problems that aren't interpersonal, if you know there's something you need to do to make your life better, by all means do it. Stop avoiding it. Like, oh man, it's kind of interesting how so many problems people have is literally just them being too afraid to attack their issues in life. It's them being so tepid. That's not quite the right word, I guess. But basically, they lack the courage to just do what they know they need to do. They'll know that they need to do it, but they won't do it. And it just boggles my mind. Like, I get having that hesitation. I mean, there are even times where I look at some of my problems in life and I'm like, crap, like, I don't want to do that. But I still do it anyway, even though I don't want to. It's just something you have to remind yourself. If you want your life to become better, then you need to tackle those problems sooner rather than later. And yes, sometimes that does mean stepping in to conflict. So there you go, guys. Just work on embracing discomfort. If you want to have like a mindset shift that will help you with this, just remind yourself that almost always, I wish I could say 100% of the time, but maybe there could be some very rare exceptions here, but almost always embracing discomfort will make your life better. If you try to avoid your problems, if you try to avoid conflict, you're almost always going to make your life worse, because those problems will amplify over time. It's very rare that problems work themselves out on their own, right? Like, if you need to convey your truth to a close friend, it's very rare that they're going to figure things out on their own, because they can't read your mind. So you need to convey whatever it is that's bothering you to that other person, so they can then know, holy crap, okay, I was doing something wrong. I apologize, I didn't know that because I can't read your mind, but now I'll change my behavior going forward. Things like that. So there you go. Just get into the habit of telling yourself discomfort is a good thing. Embracing conflict is good sometimes. Embracing your problems is good. You just want to tackle things before they blow out of proportion. And if you don't take any action towards them because you're afraid, you're going to make things worse. So this is a situation where your fear will hold you back immensely. So just learn to have the courage to act in spite of your fear. Do not let that fear stop you. Be brave. Like, Everybody always thinks that bravery is like the absence of fear. It isn't. Bravery is feeling fear and acting in spite of it. Like you think firefighters aren't afraid of running into a burning building? I'm sure many of them are. They just understand the risks and they go in anyway because they have something that's more important to them than the risk, which is probably saving lives. So there you go. You just need to remind yourself there's something here that is more important than your fear, and that is making your life better. So choose to act in spite of that fear. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of what I wanted to share with you. I truly hope you found this video helpful. And if you like content like this, be sure to subscribe for more. Otherwise, the easiest way you can help me out is just to throw a like and a comment on the video for the algorithm. And I will see you guys in the next one. Arrivederci.